Okay, first things first, I want to apologize for the fan noise. I'm sorry, it is freaking hot in Florida, and I have the fan on for my own, and mainly for whatakid, because he doesn't like to get hot. All right, some months ago, there was a $100 challenge that was thrown out, and at the time, when we were working on the 86, I thought that would be a really good, hey, it kind of fit in with my plans, but of course, videos get all shuffled up, this, that, the other. The $100 challenge was thrown out by the One Stop Pony Shop YouTube channel. Some other channels were asked to participate, and in all honesty, I don't know if they did or didn't. So, you could do anything cosmetic. It could be cosmetic, it could be maintenance, it could be performance, it could be whatever. It had to be $100 or less, and you had to explain how much it cost and all this kind of thing. Well, obviously, I'm more performance oriented than anything else, so my thing was going to be a Explorer intake, which you can get for roughly $50 at your pick and pull. Now, this all depends on where you live, and if you have a pick and pull and all this kind of rigmarole. These things are on freaking Corral and or Craigslist and stuff for like $100, $150. But at my local yard, you can get them for 50 bucks. You also can get the 65mm throttle body that comes with the Explorer. Sometimes they'll let you have it with the upper. They don't really count extra. Sometimes they do. It's about 20 bucks or so. And then at the end of the day, you're gonna have intake gaskets and you'll have throttle body gaskets. So you're gonna be right at $100, so whatever. What I wanted to talk about real quick was that, hey, I said the last 86 GT video, I said you guys wouldn't see it for a while. Well, like always, stuff happens. People are going to bring different cars, and sometimes we say, oh, well, hey, we'll bring this or the other, and people will change stuff on their cars, so we're just trying to keep up. So our plan is to install Explorer intake on the 86 GT, Team 86, whatever you want to call it. That name's just kind of the name I'm kind of going with, is the Team 86 when me and Michael and Kev Dog were up there. And, even though I'm the only representative that'll be, well, Kev Dog will be there at the track. So anyway, David's supposedly bringing his car allegedly, and Brad's bringing his car, or his 82, the Dark Horse. So, we're trying to do something. But real quick, like what I want to talk about real quick, like some of the main differences really quickly, is that you've got external and you've got internal EGR manifolds that came on the Explorers. Here is an external one. You can see the gap in the center section of it. I've already modified both of these uppers to accept vacuum lines like I would want them to have. This is the lower for the external. You can see it's blocked off. Also, interestingly enough, if you're interested in this, is that this doesn't have the actual boss in the number 5 runner to drill and tap for IAC. That's a little bit of a deal. This is an internal one. You can see here it has the boss. Hopefully you can see this in the shot. If not, there's a ton of info on these intakes on YouTube and all over the internet. So it's not like I'm throwing out any kind of magical stuff here that you're going to learn anything. It's all available. It's everywhere. It's ad nauseum been out there. I will say there's one other thing that you might want to be aware of from a performance standpoint, is that these intakes that are marked BA and BB, the ending numbers, it's got your typical Ford gazillion part number, but the end of it, this one is a BA, the internal, and this one is a BB, the external. They have smaller ports than your traditional Cobra, and which is like, I think an AA, I think it's BD and AA are the Cobra, and the aftermarket GT40 or Ford Motorsport intakes, those have larger runners. They're actually a better lower. Now that doesn't mean you can't port these and all that kind of stuff to equal it, but stock for stock, they are a little bit better lower intake. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, so that's what me and the kid are going to get into. We're just trying to keep up with David and Brad, because they're secret squirrels, and we're going to be a secret squirrel ourselves. So while I said we wouldn't see this car again, here we are. We're working on it. This will be our $100 challenge. We also got some intake gaskets that we found at the junkyard, which cost us nothing. So we've already got the gaskets, and we've already done the 65mm throttle body that's on the stock HO upper, or the actual HO upper. So I guess that's it. I need to start wrenching and quit talking. And yeah, that sounds like a winner. What do you think? Good? Okay, we're good. We got it all out there, all the info. All right, we basically got everything. The one thing I did first was take the two front bolts out. These are always ones that are problem children, especially like on Explorers and stuff like that. Now, normally, I say normally, I tried them without warming the car up, because that always helps break them loose, and they both popped loose without any issues. So, that was good. But anyway, we are getting all the bolts out. We've got, you know, this is pretty standard stuff. You've seen me do it on the Lincoln and on Trojan Horse, if you watch back that far. So there ain't no mysteries here. But I didn't have my fuel rail tool with me, and so I just popped it loose. We're not going to reuse these injectors. At least I don't think we are. I've got some, I'm pretty sure I've got some 19-pounders out of an Explorer. You know, the 4-hole with a good spray pattern. I'm pretty sure I got some of those. What did I do with those ones that, okay, whatever. There wasn't nothing wrong with these. And, you know, we may end up reusing them, who knows. But, anyway, we've got everything broken loose. So, what we can look at doing is popping the intake off. Like I say, we had already, since we'd already kind of tidied things up under here, it just made the job a whole lot easier. Where's our... Boom. There it is. The rat intake is off. Get the shop back. Get a little bit of stuff out of here. All right, there we go. Part of the job is done. Now we can get our other intake, our lower, prepped up. So we gotta take intake gaskets. Anyway, boy, blah 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 blah, boring crap. So anyway, there we go. We're getting ready to try and hang with these other guys that are pushing us. So, anywho. All right, we are going to drill and tap our hole. We've already drilled a small pilot hole, and then we'll step up to our regular size. Yoda's digging out a tap and looking, make sure we've done this a couple different times. Of course, we can never remember which one it is, but we're checking into that. Look at this. What do you think, boss?
Yep, 3/8.
3/8, wow. Memory.
Pipe top.
Hey. Okay, cool. Let's do it. You're on YouTube. You're famous and not even know that you're famous. But you're a Canadian legend anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. I also like to point out that most people probably want to have drill bits and taps this large in their toolbox, the average guy. So that is something to think about. But we got to make one more preliminary drill, just a touch, and then we can thread it and it'll be ready to roll. All right, we've got our intake ready. We've got our temperature sending unit swapped over. We got our ACT swapped over. We got our hole for our ACT tapped. We put our HO. Used our Mustang thermostat housing. The Explorer one had the bypass tube was gone out of it. We also went with a 180-degree thermostat and obviously a new gasket. So that's going to run up the cost just a little bit if you choose to do that. We did. We also swapped the PCV screen over into here, even though we run a little breather cap. So I guess we're getting ready to put it on. We got our heads cleaned up and we've got our intake gaskets. We found those at the junkyard. They were brand new. As you can see, we also cut some little thin pieces out to cover up the heater hose or bypass stuff, the EGR stuff, so to help try and keep the intake. We could put a shield on the lower part of the intake, like a splash shield to keep the hot oil off, but we're going to change heads at some point and then we may do it then. So anyway, let's put some RTV on it and bolt it down. Okay, it's starting to look like something now. We've got all our intake bolts in and torched. Got our upper on. We ran our VAP sensor to the vacuum port over here instead of doing it in back here. We could have teed it off one of the lines, and we just did it like that. All we really got to do now is drop the distributor in, put the intake tubing back on, and I don't know if I'm going to start. I probably won't start it today. I'll probably start it tomorrow. We'll let the RTV set. Yeah, it's still a little soft. So, but other than that, it's you know, we're getting close. All right, sweet. Let's do this. Man, I need a mount to do something fierce. Whew. Whoa, hey, look. Sorry for the fan noise. It's hot, I know. You know, whenever winter gets here, we won't have these kind of production glitches, so to speak. We cheated a little bit. We've already got it all put together, and we drove it, but we didn't show you that. You know why? Well, for the same reason we haven't cracked open this delicious Victory Mountain Dew, because it ain't a Victory. The thermostat housing was leaking like, I don't know, like it'd been torpedoed. So, you know, we've got another gasket. There's a reason why I buy one of these nearly every time I go to AutoZone. They only keep one in stock for some reason, but I usually, every time I go in there, I buy a thermostat housing gasket. Yet another Achilles heel is thermostat housing gaskets for some reason. I've always got to do them twice. I don't even know what's going on. So anyway, it's leaking, but we did drive the car. Another thing we added, I'll show it to you. Maybe I'll drop it in right here. And here it is, our awesome shift light. You can see the pills, how different they are. But looking at eBay pictures, it actually kind of looked like a odometer that, you know. Oh well, it is what it is. Maybe I won't. We got a shift light. Now, I bought this a while back off eBay. Originally, it was listed as an odometer shift light, and you know, in the picture, you couldn't really tell. And it's not an odometer. It's a split fire, which uses a completely different type of pill. It looks like a hobo version of an odometer, which that's fine if it actually worked correctly, but it doesn't. It is literally 1,000 RPM off based off the tack, and I'm going to believe what the tack says. I put the 5,000 chip in just so I could rev it up, see if it would work, and it came on at 4,000 RPM. So I put the 5,400 RPM chip in, it came on at 4,400, 5,800, 4,800, so on and so forth. It's got a switch in the back, yes. I switched it to 6 and 4, and it dropped it another 1,000 RPM each time. So in a perfect world, I would just buy some 6,000 chip pack. Can't get them. Or this is like a discontinued thing, so I can't really find them. And I don't know if it's the light or if it's actually the pills. The pills could be mislabeled. So they were only like $6. I'm going to get some 4,000 ones and see what it does then. And I mean, irregardless, if the 5,000, anyway, whatever, it doesn't work. How about that? So it's just, so we can't open our Victory Mountain Dew. Anyway, we'll be back whenever we put the thermostat housing on, and then we'll take it for a drive with the GoPro, and we'll like do a burnout. We'll just have ourselves a good old time. So anyway, all right. So we'll be back in the next clip. You'll see me, and maybe it'll be more exciting, and maybe I'll have a happy face on, not a sad face, not a whatakid face. All right. Well, I gotta go. It's time to go home. See you guys later. We also got us a couple of tires to put on our space savers, so I'm gonna go down and start mounting them up, and we're gonna order some wheel spacers to move them out just a little bit, and we'll shoot them black, and then we'll be done. One more job done, and I got the thermostat housing back on. Maybe it won't leak this time. Typically the second time's a charm for me. Okay, we just got it started up, and we've got no leaks, so we gotta run it, let it heat up, burp it. So it's also raining outside, so I don't think we'll be driving it any, but hopefully tomorrow we can take it around the facility a little bit. So anyway, looks like we got our housing leak fixed, so we're ready to roll now for the most part. Okay, we're in the car finally, so we're going to test our little intake out. We got street tires on it, so we're not really going to be able to, you know, experience anything except tire spin. So let's go see. That's what we're going to get. We got to be 100% honest. This hasn't started out as a great day anyway. So if I'm if I seem a little, it's life. Everybody's got problems. Second gear. Transmission's probably still not quite warmed up enough. There we go. Boom. Like I say, we're not gonna be able to really tell anything until we get to the track. It feels a little freer though up top, but my butt dyno was notoriously bad. So take that into consideration. See if it'll do a burnout. It'll be first gear. That's all on the rev limiter. Holy mackerel. I should have done second gear. Should have put a little water down too. abusing this little thing. All right, well, there we go. This will be a short and sweet one. We did our intake, and let's just wrap it up. Be done. Did a little burnout. We got some other stuff to work on. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap up this vid. Again, apologize for the fan noise. It is hot. Also, some of the audio on some of the videos is a little weird when I'm listening to it on my earbuds. When I'm editing, it seems to sound okay. Sometimes when I listen to it on the speaker on the computer, it doesn't sound as good. I'm sorry, that's all I can say. So, we got our intake on, the $100 budget mod, whatever. Literally, that's, you heard me kind of run through some of the prices. So it's probably a little bit over $100 with a throttle body, all after everything's said and done, but you know, whatever. I guess we'll do the, you know, I almost hate even doing these anymore, the what will it run, but what will it run? The last time we were at the track, it went at 825 at 81 point something. It was on a Taco Tuesday. The track was garbage. It was also super hot. So we're not going to have probably any better conditions when we get this to the track. So you guys tell me. We put the Explorer intake on, and our shift light doesn't work, but whatever. So you guys tell me, what's it going to run from the last time? Is it going to be any faster? We hope so. If it isn't, well, we tried. That's all I can ever say. So I don't know what the next mod will be. I don't know when we'll see the car after we take it to the track. I mean, I got a lot of other stuff to work on, a lot of other projects to do, so who knows. But anyway, wow. All right, well, I guess I'll see you guys later. Get out there and wrench on your stuff. Yeah, victory do.